Hello, MonstersAbound, and welcome back to Total War Troy and the 7th part of my Odysseus campaign. Now, if I've timed this right, then this episode should come out just before Troy releases on the Epic Games Store, and I need to remind you that it will be free for 24 hours. So, I honestly, I know there's some questions around the Epic Games Store, and if you're unsure about the Epic Games Store, fine. I'm not going to try and change your mind because, frankly, I'm not that invested. But if you've got no problems with it, but you're still kind of like, I don't know if Troy's going to be any good. Who the fuck cares? Just go and download it. It's free. Like, even if you load it up and you don't instantly decide you don't like it, it's not going to melt your face. Just fucking go and get it. It's not a big deal. All right? Just, it's honestly, it's a really good game. I really like Total War Troy. I think they have done a really, really good job with this. And I'm really looking forward to, I mean, it sounds like they've got some DLC in the work as well, which is really good. I'm really looking forward to some extra stuff. Plus, one of the interesting things I noticed is the saves have the Trojan War along the top. So it's the Trojan War and then the character name, which suggests maybe there'll be different campaigns? I don't know. However, awesome, because this works really well. The resource system is good. The campaign map is really pretty. I mean, look at it. Look how pretty this look at the shimmering. Look at it shimmer. Look at the and the battle maps are really good as well. It's just generally really nice. It's just just go and get it. Honestly, try it. If you're not sure about it, just try it. I think the vast majority of people will come away going, you know what, actually it's really good. Anyway, so now I jumped into the Odysseus campaign very much on the hoof because I think we got access to the game on the Wednesday and the first embargo was the Friday, which didn't leave much time to get stuff done, especially because I was out on the Wednesday anyway. So, I mean, I had Thursday. So, basically, and I don't have a lot of time to record anyway. So, basically, I just had to jump into the campaign and learn it as I went. Which means, I think, you know, given what I know now, I don't know if I'd go for this province right away. I've tried a different Odysseus campaign where I just raided and sacked and then gave it to another faction. That's an option, I guess. I actually came and captured this place. These guys still probably aren't going to like you very much. But there's a few different ways you can actually play. And even if you've got these inland settlements here, at first I was like, well, you can only get like 5 happiness, 6, 7, 8 for the total province, 2 from research, and then you're a bit stuffed. But that's not technically true, because if you have a look, Aphrodite actually has a prayer that you can do. I mean, you can do a prayer every turn. So we could do a prayer to Aphrodite. That's another 2 happiness, and that's only based on her current level of divine will. So if we upped that little bit, that would give us even more happiness. Then, of course, she actually gives 200% to all effects from Organised Games command, and that's another thing we can do. So we can actually do the Organised Games, that's another 2 happiness, so that increases by 200%, then work the maths out for yourself. And then also, it actually gives, at the next rank, the Golden Apple, it gives +1 happiness per non-aggression pact, up to 5, so you get an additional 5 happiness, which means actually happiness suddenly isn't really a problem. But you might go, well, that's Aphrodite. But yeah, but then if you have a look at Ares, you get 1 happiness up to 5 faction-wide for being at war with people. And Zeus has +1 happiness per defensive or military alliance, up to 5. So there's actually a few ways that you can get that happiness. So it's not really the big problem that it kind of looks like. Certainly Odysseus doesn't have as it's probably not worth, like, these provinces aren't that efficient, realistically. If you've got a fully inland province, you probably don't want to take that. It's just not worth the effort. But if you've got some coastal settlements, then yeah, why not? I mean, you'll still get like the upgrades and stuff, So it's not really a big deal. Plus, of course, the Odysseus, I mean, if you have a look at some of the buildings that you have access to, in fact, Odysseus, these 3 buildings here, the resources sort of like section, these are actually unique to Odysseus, because normally factions get they get bonuses to, it's like percentage increase for resources. Odysseus doesn't get that. Instead, he gets like a flat bonus. So he gets food, he gets wood, and he actually gets gold as well. So if you get, I mean 15 growth, I mean, that's pretty nasty. But the 100% to recruitment cost for all army units, I mean, if you've got the safe havens, not actually a problem. 13 gold, boom. I mean, that's pretty good. So, I mean, sure, why not? So actually, there's, you know, it's not quite the total handicap that it kind of looks like to start off with. I was kind of a little bit worried about it. And as for Divine Will, I've been playing around with this as well, and in fact, it's actually fairly. I've managed to, with a priestess. We've actually got one now. Yeah, good. Now, you are a priestess of Poseidon. You are, so that increases our favour with Poseidon 1 per turn. Now, you can also get bonuses if you have a look at the skill tree. So you can get plus 10% favour for Rituals Poseidon, 20% upon successful action on his settlement. Right, okay, so that increases the cost of the Dubri of Exaltation, but that's fine. You can also get another 5% favour from the gods for ritual in those settlements. So if you use that every 5 turns, and there's another 30% favour to the gods, it upsets your settlement, but who gives a crap? So if you use that every 4 turns, you can pretty much, like, keep your favour at max. So we can actually sort of balance a few of these at the same time. You don't have to, like, dedicate yourself to one god. You can sort of, like, get Poseidon up there, and then you can maybe, like, work on Ares. Get some Ares rep. Maybe get some Hera rep, maybe some Zeus. So there's some different sort of, like, options there. So it's just a good game. Just fucking go and, like, just download it, alright? Just get it. You'd be mad not to. If you've got no problems with the Epic Game Store, and I fully accept there are some people who have problems with the Epic Game Store. I don't personally, but if you do, fine, not a problem. But if you don't, just get it. Honest to God, just go and get it. Why wouldn't you? Hello, what do you want? Military access. Now, I'm going to say no to that because you want gold. Get stuffed. However, what I do need to do is... Hello. Oh, you're declaring war on me, eh? Fair enough. Fair enough. Please don't hurt me. Thank you. Please no, sir. Right, you've got an army over there. Now, I wonder if we can lure this army in. Do we need to? Oh, my prayers have been answered by Poseidon. Thanks, Poseidon. Oh, critical failure for Ikios over there. Oh, and now I can't remember if it was like one or a few people were saying this, but when I said I couldn't rename, and they said it's a Homeric character. You're right, he is a Homeric character. There are some Homeric characters in the hero recruitment pool who cannot be renamed. However, what they get in return is basically they are immortal, so they can't die. There is currently no way to identify which heroes are Homeric. That's the one. In the character pool at the moment until you've recruited them. However, the devs have said that actually that's a good point, and there probably should be a way to ID them. So there we go. So that could be fun. So let's go into an ambush here because I think we might be able to lure him in.
That's beyond me.
Is it? Okay. Right, you're over there. I'm going to stab you. Shank. I think spies are probably a bit OP as well. Being that... Oh, opportune failure. For once, they actually survived. Because they're not like... The number of dead heroes that are like strewn around the settlement is... every time they just go... Every time one rises up, I just slap him back down. Like, no! Get back down where you belong, you bastard! Never mind. 5 attack to hero. That could be quite nice. 6 charge. Meh. Melee attack. That's where it's at. I've also got the fan on because it's blisteringly friggin' hot. It was blisteringly friggin' hot today. It has cooled down a little bit. I've already got the fan blowing up my gusset, and it's quite soothing. Hopefully the microphone won't pick it up. I don't think it will. If it does, I apologise, but I desperately need the gusset blowing because it's roasting. It's a bit toasty. It's a wee bit toasty. Now, I need to go and have a chat with... Now, you... I'll be honest. I probably need to cancel... I keep clicking the wrong frigging thing. There we go.
Ready to talk.
Are you? That's nice. Also, I'm going to cancel this because... I don't... No one likes you, basically. And I know it sounds like peer pressure, but... I really need to get in with the cool kids, and you're not the cool kids.
I know that wars can also be won off the battlefield.
Good to know. No, I want to do that because I keep clicking that button because I think it's the one to exit, but it's not. It exits out diplomacy in general, which is not what I want. Okay, Pilus.
I am happy to negotiate.
Yeah, but you don't want to give me anything, do you? You great beardy twat. You I don't like anyway. Achilles, I want to like, or at least I want him to like me.
I have Trojans to kill.
Okay, good. Just as long as you're not killing me, that's the main thing. I'm going to give you some, because I think we've got some trades going on, haven't we? You don't like the fact I'm at war with those guys, but if we finish off that war fast, then it won't be a problem. So I'm going to trade some of my copper away simply to not make him hate my guts. In fact, I can trade him for some wood, which I do need. I don't need copper at the moment because I'm kind of busy doing stuff. Is that all I can get? Honest to God. Honest to God, Achilles. Okay, I'll give... Jesus, Achilles! Do you want all my copper just for a bunch of... You want my wood? I'm going to give you 169. What about if I have less wood? Good grief. Oh, that's... Every single fucking time. Like, I'll have all your copper. He doesn't like that. And I'm not surprised, to be honest. To be fair. Can I have 100 wood? And if so, can I just give you a bunch of copper? I give you 150 copper. In fact, how much wood would you give me? Because I would happily trade that for like 10 turns. Yeah.
No problem.
Let's do that. Because I say, I don't really need the copper at the moment. I will at some point, but at the moment it's not super useful. I'm just going to try and lay an ambush for him and see if I can lure him in. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I reckon they will see my farm and they'll be like, I want that. As long as I don't... Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, ambush failed. I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Oh, look at that lovely refreshing rain. I bet it's not stupid hot right there. Oh, I would just lie in that grass. Probably get trampled by lots of Greek men. So, no downside really. Anywho, can I just point out how awesome it is these chariots like push down the grass? Look at that. Isn't that good? Look, I love that. Heavy infantry when they go through the grass, they like pat it down as well. Does that mean then units can't hide in it? I don't know. It's not actually something I've checked. Might be quite interesting. Anywho, we've got a lot of javelins here. Their chariots are charging through the grass, but not for very long because chariots are quite a strong unit, but not against like the most javelins in the world anywhere.
Is under attack.
Our exemplary ambushers coming in from behind because they've got some Achaean slingers. We're going to deal with those boys. Their Ravager is coming in. He just punched a guy to death. Fair enough. That's pretty much all the kills they're going to get. as they clash against our line, but it's going to be tough for them because they're pretty much all dead. I mean, these slingers getting absolutely annihilated. Yeah, they're out of here. They're gone. The few units that managed to get into combat are now by themselves and surrounded as more sword skirmishers coming in to attack their rear and flank. And there's Odysseus and his little chariots. He's got a little chariot now. There's his little chariot. Odysseus' little chariot. There he is. Oh, we haven't seen the giants either, have we? Where are the giants? There they are. There's our giants. It's quite dark, so it's quite tricky to see them. But there they are. That's right. They're just slightly taller men. They're just... I don't know what the average size of a man was in this sort of time period, but I'm 6'5", so I reckon that those giants probably look small compared to me. So I am a giant. I am a giant. Confirmed. Am giant is confirmed. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't really that tricky. I'm going to take the resources because it's a little bit of wood. I will take all of their wood. They will have no wood for themselves. You're just leaving. You're like, nope, I've had enough. I'm off. Bye. What do you want? You want a non-aggression pact. Now let's see. Who are you friends with? You're at war with some guys I don't know. You are friends with you're friends with old Achilles. In which case, we're friends with you too. Let's be friends. Yeah, we annihilated them. And Odysseus is now an ambusher as well. And, ooh, a decorated iron dagger. More melee attack for hero, more influence to this province. Oh, that's quite nice. Is that... Wait, what... Okay, good. Was that a weapon or was it a... Was that just equipment? Nice! A little bit of extra influence. That's quite nice, actually, because influence is actually something that's quite tricky to get up. It's kind of what you need... Get up. And it's kind of what you need the envoys for. I need some more envoys, ideally. So let's... Well, let's level Odysseus up first. So, what can we get? What can we get? Plus 6% to battle speed of all units in Hero's army. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to take that. And then we're going to take this.
Hold nothing back.
It says 50-50. I don't think it's going to be 50-50. One of the nice things about having Vanguard deployment is that we can get really close to the walls really quickly. Like, we're practically at the walls as soon as the battle starts. So they are chucking stuff down at us, and it's actually taking a toll. I think we might be too close for the slingers to actually shoot at us now. I think Vanguard deployment is super useful. As our exemplary ambushes also, I mean, I probably should have put them closer, to be honest. I hit them in the grass and then they came out, but to be honest, I think I could have got to about here had I just deployed here, and that probably would have made more sense. One unit's hidden because I didn't want them going across these two towers because they just get riddled with arrows. So we're just going to send 4 units in, take the gate, and then we can bring our other unit in nice and easy. We're up on the wall. They've actually pulled the slingers off, which is pretty sensible. I pulled them to one side anyway. And then we stab them. I think they're trying to get down, but they're trying to march through us at the same time. Not ideal. And the slingers now moving, as well as our giants, who we can now see properly now that it's not pissing it down with rain. There they are. Just slightly taller than normal people. I mean, alright, they are quite a bit taller, to be fair. But they've just got big old bows. Big old bows. And what's their missile damage, actually, out of interest? 177, just for having slightly bigger bows. I mean, fair enough, I guess, you know. There's only a few of them because they're so tall. Okay, we've taken the walls. No problem. Nice and easy. As I said, I didn't think this battle would be that particularly difficult. And now we can rain fire down on these units that are actually pulling back towards the city centre. I think they've abandoned the walls and trying to pull back. Or maybe it could be that they've actually seen that we've started taking the gates over here. So we've just started taking the gates. I think we've taken the tower as well. Yep. So we just need to take these gates. The gates will then be open and we can come into the city. As we rain fire down. Bonk, 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 bonk. Okay, so these guys still have some javelins left, so we can still get some good shots off there. The gates are... Are we destroying the gates? We are destroying the gates. I sent my spear runners against that, didn't I? How are they... What the fuck are you guys doing? Are you just rubbing up against... Are you gnawing your way through the gates? Do we? How? Have they? How? How did that happen? Never mind. They vigorously rub up against it until the gate bursts open out of sheer embarrassment, I guess. And the exemplary ambush now inside the city. So, of course, they're all hidden. The AI cannot see where they are. And they probably can see that the gate has been taken, but that's pretty much all they can see. So these axemen, although they're moving back, they might have spotted us because they have one of the control of the towers, but they've lost control of the towers, so they can't see us anymore. So they don't know what's over there. And our infantry is now down inside the city. Now, we've mostly got light infantry. They've got a lot of medium infantry, which means they're kind of more tanky than we are. But if we can get like a nice surround like we do here, you can see we've got a good surround here. So these guys losing decisively, taking a lot of damage. They're going to be gone fairly soon. Rest of our units moving into the city. We've got still a few units left of the enemy to deal with. And here comes our exemplary ambushers. If we spot, where are all the AI units? Okay, so there's unit of shielded spearmen coming in from this side. There's axemen over here.
Your hero is under attack.
Odysseus has decided to throw himself into the fighting on his chariot. We've only got the one chariot. Off it goes. It's got quite a good turning circle, actually. Pretty much turn on a dime, which you wouldn't expect for a chariot, but there we go. Heavy sword skirmishers coming to engage the axemen. Like, you know, they're actually a heavy unit that we have. We don't have many, but we have some. Shielded spearmen getting a lot of javelins in the side of the head. Of course, we can snipe, so these guys are still hidden, I believe. These guys have been spotted for some reason. I don't know why. But basically they can see one unit of skirmishers and just a lot of javelins coming out of nowhere. And they have shields, but we've got a lot of javelins, so this is not working out for them. Nope, nope, they're gone. They're out of here. Get out of here, losers. And the axemen, I mean, there's just a few enemy units left to deal with. So we've got a nice little heal going off there. And Odysseus, he's only got 8 kills. I'm trying to drive his chariot around, but to be honest, I probably should be using his chariot more as like a movement thing. Get him round there, get some shots into the flank of these guys. He could be doing some major damage with his bow. These bow guys, they are some serious damage dealers. They can do a lot of damage very, very quickly. It's really good. Okay, so our axemen have engaged our sword skirmishers. We kind of need to get our boys around here, because as soon as we get around here, this is going to be an absolute slaughter. I think I'm actually sending him into melee for some reason. I thought that was a good idea. It was not. I should have just used javelins. Should have just shot people with javelins. Odysseus is chasing down some of the Achaean slingers. Beep, beep, motherfuckers. Get out of here. That's it. Ka-chonk. Where's blame? There's a claim. Odysseus just running through that.
I agree.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happened. However, coming back through, he does get stuck on the spearman. He will be able to like push his way through, but it's going to be a lot slower. So he is going to be managed to push his way through there, and then he can get some shots in their rear. The exemplary ambushers are doing a lot of damage here. This unit is losing decisively, and we are killing them pretty easily. I mean, our exemplary ambushers are pretty good in melee combat as well, but they're better when they've got javelins. So we're just going to pull them out, let them shoot their javelins in. That's going to be fine. Odysseus is going in for another roadkill and just just ploughing through the rear of the enemy lines. Quite nice. And here comes the javelins. Lots of big javelin energy. Look at this guy. He's like, I've got an axe. What a dick. Are you just going to run through me? And like, excuse me, I'm fleeing the battle. Pardon me. just taking swipes at them. He tried to knee him in the head. Holy shit. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, so there we go. Last few units running away. I mean, I think our sword skirmish is going to get some javelins in the head as well. Never mind. That's probably fine. Odysseus has got a few kills. To be honest, his chariot really isn't meant for running people over. It's more about getting him around the flanks, getting some good shots in. I'm not using him very effectively here. However, it looks like most of the enemy army has broken, and the city is ours. Alright, so we did lose a fair few, but they were just the infantry. It doesn't really matter. I mean, that's not 50-50, is it? No, it's fine. That's fine. We'll just occupy that one. We finally got another capital on the coast. Oh, look at that. Odysseus is fabled. That's nice, isn't it? That's nice. How much influence is he doing? So 13 from characters, which is not bad. We've got a temple to Ares here. Okay. Now, we do want some public order, so let's get the Odysseus's Hall. We don't actually need the muster field, so I'm going to knock that down. I'm going to knock that one down. Now, we do have the Criers Square, which is going to make the Royal Decree efficiency better. We've now got 123 efficiency there, so that's quite nice. We got the docks. So, I mean, realistically, I mean, do I want to go growth and influence? The thing is, we've got a couple of... Oh, hello.
I'm afraid I can't.
How about if I stab you?
Poison or blade?
I stabbed you. And if I stab you?
The fates cut their thread.
Yeah, you're not. Jesus Christ! That army's
Shining Odysseus.
screwed. So screwed. Phil, you absolute madman. Shall we give you more campaign? Oh no, we obviously want malevolence because more attrition damage when you stab people. Yeah, I think the spies might be a bit OP. I don't think it's like a massive problem. I think they just maybe need to cool down, maybe like tone down how much damage they can do, because they do seem to be able to do quite a lot of damage. They can be fairly devastating. Now, the gold here, we've only got 700 in deposits. In fact, we're mining it out quite quickly. I was a little bit concerned early on that gold was a bit too common. However, I think it's fine. I'll be honest, I think it's fine because once we lose this, once we've used up, once we've got the 700 deposits, our mining is going to go down horrendously. So, obviously we'll always get a little bit trickling in, but it's not a huge amount, to be honest. Not very much. Do we have another envoy? Oh, we do have an envoy over here. Yes, because Eric was literally just there to give us more stuff, wasn't he? You know what? I'm going to make an inciter. And what I'm going to do... Key and influence is fine here. But here it's quite low. And while it's low, we're not getting the bonuses of the influence, high influence. Now, obviously, we've got a limited amount of gold here. However, once it's mined out, we still get, I think, 10% of what we're mining. So 10% of 35 is better than 10% of 15. So let's get you over here to help with that. You're lazy, and that's not ideal. I don't really like that, but there's not much I can do about it, really. You're also a follower of Poseidon. I wonder if we can make you a follower of Ares as well, if we pop you in there. That could be quite good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... Because I know you get bonuses for being in certain settlements. So if we put you in here, I think you'll get the bonus to... you know what? I'm actually going to move you down here, because we've got a Poseidon temple. And also this place is fine. It's not super happy, but it's not super depressed either. It'll be fine. What are we low on? So food would be nice. Oh, we do need more stone, don't we? I do want to up this, so I need more wood. I need more wood. What can I do to get more wood? I could trade for it. Is there anyone who's got loads of wood? You have loads of wood. You don't like me very much.
I suppose we may as well talk.
I could change that.
Everybody.
Everybody is happy. So if I give you some wood. Now, you've actually got a lot of gold, weirdly. I'll give you some gold in exchange for... You want bronze. How much bronze are we making? Oof. Big oof. I mean, we've still got a big supply. So I could give you like 100 a turn. Or like 130 a turn. And that's not really going to cause me too many problems. So I could do something like this and give you like extra food as well, because you don't super need food, but you're not too like you could use it. So if I do something like that,
Consider it done.
now what would be nice is actually beefing up our Aphrodite rep, because that extra diplomatic relations could well help us get some addition. So if we can just get ourselves over a certain level, we can start getting things like military alliances, and that'll then make them love us more. The more we get in with sort of like the rest of the Greek peninsula, the more the other Greeks will like us, and then basically kind of snowballs. So I kind of want to do that. So that's what we're going to do. I've decided, because ideally we want to sort of like secure our position here, and once we sort of secured it, we can basically just set sail and leave, because the Trojans are never going to reach us. They'd have to travel across the entire map to get to us. Oh no! Oh, did you? Oh, Zeus! Zeus! Oh, you bastard. You're trashing shit just because I don't love you. Honest, some people.
Well-placed blade can avert a war.
Indeed. Talking of that,
Enemies disappear.
you are level 1, you are level 1. I am going to stab one of you. What are you?
Dubious skills of use.
You're a warlord commander. You are a defender veteran. I'm going to go and stab you.
They won't
Oh, failed. Oh well.
Do not concern yourself.
Go and chase this guy down. Just make sure he's miserable. Upset him. Okay, we're going to send Odysseus after these jerks. Good job. Okay, we're just going to attack the town because I'm like, bring it. I don't like. They've got a bunch of mooks. Look at this. Spearmen, militia, garbage. Absolute garbage.
Reinforcements.
I mean, they're receiving one reinforcement, which isn't actually that impressive. And apparently they've all decided to file out of the city through a very narrow choke point directly into the teeth of a lot of javelins. Holy crap, that guy looks like a porcupine. This is the best thing ever. Holy crap. Oh, so many javelins. Okay. So now they're spreading out. It's a bit harder to actually we're targeting their general pretty hard. They are throwing them, so they're throwing everything they've got to try and break out of the city. More and more units filing out. They're just throwing everything they've got at us. I wasn't really expecting this, to be honest. I was expecting just to like move my units forward, just wipe them out and then push into the city. But instead they were just like, nope, screw you, we're coming out. I was like, alright, fine. Fine, be that way. I've got javelins for everyone. I mean, super javelin heavy. There's a lot of javelins, a lot of... We've also got slingers, and of course our giant bowmen as well. So that's fun. And there's so many... Like, look at the... Oh, why can't I have a burning head right now? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the carnage I'd do? That guy knows what I'm talking about. So got a big blob of infantry here just trying to fight its way through. I'm actually pulling my skirmishers, my exemplary ambushers around the flanks because I reckon I can get some lovely hits in here. We're also sending our infantry in to engage the flank to do some more damage. They are starting to break through our centre. Our centre is just sword skirmishers. It's not heavy infantry. So like where their hero is, we're taking a lot of damage here. But I mean, equally, we're doing, you know, a lot of damage to the enemy. You can see the enemy numbers dropping very, very quickly. And I mean, the sheer number of bodies littering the ground is quite stunning. Units starting to flee the battle, understandably, really. More javelins coming in. I mean, it's a target-rich environment. You just chuck a javelin, you're bound to hit someone or something. I mean, it's pretty good. Odysseus has got 20 kills. Again, I'm not using him effectively here. I don't really need to, though, because, you know, javelins. So a lot of the enemy units are now fleeing. You can see that actually some of them are actually rallying and coming back to the fight. There's still some, like, renowned slingers and renowned bowmen actually in the settlement itself. But it's not really that... I mean, as they run away and filter back, it just means it gives me more chance to shoot them full of stones and javelins. So, Not a super big problem for me, really. I mean, you can just see, like, the number of bodies littering the ground. Riddled with javelins.
Is close enough to taste.
Yep. Well, I'm not massively surprised, I'll be honest. It was an absolute slaughter. Odysseus is charging in now. Running people over with his chariot. Beat, beat, motherfuckers. 36 kills with the chariot, that's not bad. There's an enemy general running away nearby. More javelin fire coming in as these units rally and attempt to come back out of the city, which is a stupid idea because there's so much stuff in the air. Yeah, finally my units has taken like fairly... it's only got 12 guys left. And it's now fleeing. So they've taken a lot of punishment, and the enemy hero is actually now running away. There's another hero coming back. That's not going to be too much of a problem, to be honest. Odysseus is just dicking about in his chariot, just basically making a nuisance of himself. Like these guys are trying to punch his horse.
Unleash havoc.
Is his horse eating people? Odysseus, what are you doing, buddy? It's like beep beep. Just drives up next to people. And now our infantry have decided that enough is enough and it's time to end this as they just charge straight into the city. What's left of the defenders, the ones that aren't riddled with javelins and dying at the entrance of the city, aren't going to be enough to hold on.
Hades has claimed the enemy hero.
Well, that was absolute carnage. Okay, I don't think it should... Well, we've only got one more settlement of these guys to kill. We didn't actually lose anyone, which is... I was worried we might lose a couple of guys, but we're fine. I wasn't expecting them to just come charging out. So you are sad. You are sad because all of your friends are dead. What a shame.
A well-placed blade.
Can I stab you instead? Oh, good. Well, that faction's dead. That city's undefended. That one's going to be defended by some 6 not very happy guys. I say 6, it's more like 10, 20, what's that, like 42 odd guys. Not a lot. That, never mind. Right, we'll go over here, we'll venerate the ancestors. There we go. That should boost up our influence in the region. What do we got? Characters 10. So that's gone up a little bit. So that's good. So we're just going to keep popping away at that, leveling up our envoy, all that kind of good stuff. We're going to get another spy envoy from this settlement, so that'll help. And we probably want to get some buildings there. And if we can grab these two, if we can grab this one, that's another farming settlement. That'll be quite nice. We've already got quite a lot of food, but more food is always better. But we'll have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy Total War Troy yourselves.